Hello everyone and welcome to my Eid vlog. In this vlog I'm sharing with you what we did for our Eid-ul-Adha preparations and celebrations. Hope you enjoy watching this. Following the rules, we had no family gatherings and visits. Keeping in mind the safety of ourselves and others, we celebrated amongst us in our own small way. So our preparation started a day before Eid. I started with sorting some things out in the kitchen, and also I prepped a little for making sheer korma the next day. Since it was going to be a busy day, I made a quick and easy dish called palak paneer. For this, I blanched some roughly chopped palak, drained it and ground the spinach with green chilies into a puree. In a pan, I added about 4 to 5 flakes of garlic chopped, a tablespoon of cumin, added some oil, covered with a lid and let it fry for a minute. Once the garlic changed color, I added the puree while adding some more water to the jar of the grinder, and I added that as well. Giving it a good stir, I added some salt and then covered with a lid and let it cook for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I've added about 2 tablespoons of milk to 2 tablespoons of cream, mixing it well and keeping it ready to add to the paneer gravy. Now the gravy has come to a boil, so I'm adding the paneer cubes, giving it a stir and let it cook further for 5 minutes. Now I will add the juice of half a lemon. On adding lemon juice, you can see how the color has changed to a bright green, but the consistency is yet watery, which will change once we add the cream. So I'm adding the cream now. Giving it a minute more of cooking, our restaurant-like creamy dish, palak paneer, is ready. Leftovers are a great savior for days like this. I had some of dal, aloo bhaji and also some pasta for kids. So I quickly made some rice and chapati to go along with this. Since I had plans to make biryani and maybe some other meat dishes, so took some meat out from the freezer for marination. So that was our lunch for today. My husband is not a fan of paneer, so he had dal, rice, chapati and potato bhaji, while I enjoyed my creamy palak paneer with roti and some crisp on the side. We had a treat in store baked by Seher, my older one. She had made this yummy bundt cake, adding chia seeds and coconut flakes with cocoa cream cheese frosting on top. It was such a satisfying meal. We slumped on the couch and refreshed ourselves before getting down to other chores, though that was not in our plans. A pre-Eid cleanup is a must in our house, so to give a refreshing look, we changed all the bed sheet and the duvet and the cushion covers. As an evening snack, Seher made some medu vadas for us from the ready ID batter, which is super delicious and tasty. To make, you just have to squeeze and fry. Nothing can be more satisfying than entering a clean and tidy kitchen in the morning to work in. So putting the washed dishes back in place. So that's our kids' room all tidied up by my hubby. The meat had defrosted well, so I marinated it with Shan biryani masala, which I mixed with half cup of water. Then put the meat in the fridge for overnight marination. I had opted for time saver recipes for this Eid because I wanted to spend more time with my family rather than being in the kitchen. Also, I've made this recipe a couple of times and my family loves it. I was not really sure what I would make with the mince meat, so I just washed it well and marinated with my ginger garlic and green chili paste and put it in the refrigerator until required. Finally, a quick cleanup before we leave for dinner. We had decided on Kulcha King, but as we were pretty late, most of the places were closed. So we landed up in Yummy Dosa, which was our first time, and we were so glad at the end of it for our new discovery. The food was great and the service was prompt. We had the Oman chips dosa, which aroused our curiosity. So we had to try it and we all loved it. The Szechuan rice and Chinese bale were equally flavorful and super yummy. But I must say the zini dosa, which the waiter recommended, was the most commendable. So that was our dinner. For sweet endings, we shared a bar of chocolate on our way home. On Eid day, after Eid prayers, we received and made calls to our friends and relatives. And then I got down to make sheer korma, which is a sweet dish made during Eid. I boiled about 3 liters of milk. While the milk was about to boil, I took some warm milk and soaked some saffron in it. Once it was simmering, I added about 3/4 cup of sugar and let it simmer for a while again. Then I added the saffron milk. Let the milk cook further until it gets reduced, making sure to stir occasionally. Here I'm roasting some vermicelli in some ghee. I've added a little saffron to it to give an extra flavor and color. Now I'm adding the vermicelli into the milk. We will cook it further until it swells up. I had also added half teaspoon cardamom powder or elaichi powder to the milk, but somehow forgot to show. As you can see, the milk has reduced and it has become of creamy consistency. So I will add the nuts and I'm leaving some for garnishing later. So we enjoyed our sheer korma over some silly conversations and before we got ready to go out. As it was Eid, we went out for lunch and as a special treat we went to PF Chang's, which is our favorite place for Chinese food. We headed to Mall of the Emirates outlet. Before our food was ready to be served, we had some fun time taking selfies. So that's my husband and me wishing you all Eid Mubarak. So for starters, we ordered PF Chang's signature dish, dynamite shrimp and lettuce wrapped chicken. Besides this, we ordered garlic noodles, the kung pao chicken, and saving the best for last, my favorite sushi. We had a good walk around the mall to digest all the food that we'd eaten, and then a stop for ice cream and a coffee for me. Had a late night watching a fantastic movie called Shakuntala Devi, which was on my watch list. It was a fantastic biographical drama based on the extraordinary life of a renowned mathematician who lived on her own terms. Second day of Eid started off with a quick breakfast, then got on to make biryani, with the marinated meat in the refrigerator. For 1 kg of mutton, I sliced about 4 onions in my food processor. Then heated some ghee and oil in the pan in which I was going to cook the mutton. Added the onions and fried it till it got golden brown. Meanwhile, I prepped the tomatoes and the coriander leaves and the mint leaves. Following the instructions on the Shan biryani mix pack, I beat some yogurt and kept it aside. Now I'm adding the mutton which already had the Shan mix in it. Fry the mutton on medium flame for about 5 minutes and then add in the yogurt. Adding potatoes is optional, but we like our biryani with potatoes, so I've added about 2 large potatoes chopped in big pieces. I'm adding about 1 cup of water to this mix and then covering it with the lid and letting it cook till mutton gets tender. I've added water to a deep pot and I'm boiling it, adding whole garam masalas like cinnamon, cardamom, black peppercorns, bay leaf and cloves. Add enough salt to the water as we are going to drain the water later. I have taken about 5 tablespoons salt. Making a quick raita to go with the biryani. So I added some onions and chilies from the omelette masala from before, some mint leaves, coriander leaves and tomato. I added salt and cumin powder. Here I'm adding the soaked rice to the boiling water. The potatoes are done, but the mutton yet needs to cook, so I'm getting the potatoes out as I don't want them to get mushy. The mutton is tender now. I'm adding the tomatoes and frying on high flame for the gravy to reduce a bit, and then it's ready to be added to the biryani. The best way to check on rice is that there should be a slight bite to them when cooked. So that means they are 75% done, and the rest of the cooking will be done when we layer the biryani. I have drained the rice and now I will start layering the biryani. So I have spread half the rice in the same pot in which I cooked it. Then goes in the mutton pieces, making sure they are evenly distributed. Then goes in the potatoes and finally the gravy. Cover this with the rest of the rice, spreading it evenly. I'm trying to remove some of the garam masala that catches my eye, as my kids don't like to bite into them. I'm pouring a teaspoon of saffron water, making sure to leave some gaps in between. Roughly chopped coriander leaves and mint leaves and a dash of oil. So the biryani will cook on dum for 15 minutes. Before serving, give the biryani a good mix. So that's a biryani for lunch, raita and sheer korma for dessert. So getting our monthly essentials from the hypermarket. I always find shopping less tiring and faster when we do it as a family. Lots of help from the kids in loading. So back home and lies a big task at hand to put things away. Seher got busy doing a cheese board for dinner as we had planned earlier. We love cheese board and it's great for a movie night. She carefully placed all the big items first on the board, including bowls with olives, dips, honey, jam, then all the different cheese. Filled in the gaps with nuts, dried fruits, olives. We used a variety of cheese to make this, from Gruyere to Edam, soft brie, goat cheese, aged cheddar, and Gouda. So finally, after surfing the channels, we went with Samya's choice of a Japanese anime film, a Studio Ghibli movie called The Wind Rises. I hope I've got it correct. On the last day of Eid holidays, we had plans of going on a long drive outside the Emirates. Since I had some mince marinating already in the refrigerator, I got to making my mom's quick and easy but yet yummy keema recipe, which we thought we would have for dinner after we came back. So in a kadai, I've added oil, 2 large onions finely chopped, 3 green chilies finely chopped, 3 tomatoes chopped, 1 tablespoon coriander powder, the mince which I had marinated with ginger, garlic and green chili paste, 1 tablespoon red chili powder, quarter teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala powder and salt to taste. Giving it a light mix. Now I will cover this with a lid and switch on the flame and cook it for 15 to 20 minutes on low flame. Do not stir in between even if you are tempted to, as this is the most important process while making this keema. After 15 minutes, I'm checking on the keema. I'm going to break the lumps since I had not stirred and then cover it back again and let it cook further for 12 minutes. There is yet some moisture left, as you can see, so I'm going to cook it further for another 5 minutes. The keema is almost done. I'm going to add some chopped coriander leaves and cover it and give it another 2 minutes. This is a great one-pot recipe with all the ingredients going in at once. So when you're in a hurry, this is the best recipe for keema. Enjoy this with paratha or tandoori roti. So we got ready for a drive to Al Quain. As we were not attending any gatherings or inviting people over, we made this plan of going out of the Emirates for a change. So we went to Barakoda Resort, which is a great place for a staycation, but we just went to a restaurant called Thunder Road, which serves great Italian food. We had been here before with some friends and loved the scenic views and fresh breeze coming from the sea. Though not a great weather for al fresco, so we sat inside. We ordered a big wheel margherita pizza, some chips and spaghetti carbonara. The food was yum and we had quite a fantastic time. So that's how we spent our Eid, and we are very grateful for having spent some lovely time together, feasting and enjoying. Hoping you enjoyed your Eid as well with your loved ones. Please like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching.